summer break. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And guess who's here today? Armon Wiggins is here.
Yes, I am back, Angela.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
We got so much to talk to you about today.
Yes, we do.
Because you went quite viral, but we're going to address that during the show today because I saw you put out a statement. We're learning and growing, right? But I want you to just set the record straight because things go viral out of context, and it's not just your group of followers who are now commenting. It is everybody, and things.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot, and so we want to talk about that. I was in Turks and Caicos. Now I'm back at work, baby. But I also cannot start the show without sending some love to everybody in Texas. So far, with the flooding that happened there, at least 82 people have been killed. A lot of kids. Also, just really devastating news. All of this amidst, slashes to FEMA and also to the National Weather Service staff. All of these things that are going on, climate change. But we definitely have to spread some love there. We cannot not start the show without doing that first and acknowledging that. Now let's spread some love and let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Please let us know who you would like to shine a light on. 800-292-5150. It's Way Up.
Shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to shine a light. Armon Wiggins, welcome back.
Thank you.
What a great day to have you here because we're going to be talking about Diddy later. But right now, I want to shine a light on Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott. He said the city has the fewest homicides in 50 years so far in 2025. And part of the reason is because he's invested in 42 summer youth camps, 29 literacy programs, extended the rec center hours to 11 p.m., planned block parties, opened the pools for safe fun, and opened several schools up for summer classes. Crime is also down 62%.
So he got people busy.
He got the kids busy.
Yes.
He's got amazing programs that's going to help these kids for the rest of their lives, set the foundation. I saw somebody posted on under the comments, the last Nara said, damn, it's like giving the kids something to do instead of criminalizing them works. Absolutely. Yeah. And this is proof positive, and I think a lot of people should follow this blueprint in other cities because it's working. All right, now, Catherine, who do you want to shine a light on?
My old man, his name is Eric Jackson.
Okay.
He's the greatest. He do whatever I ask him to do, he'll do it for me.
Wow. That's your man, and that's also your assistant. But look.
Yeah, you're right.
Every good partner is kind of like your assistant, too. Do you do whatever Eric Jackson asked you to do, too?
Yes, I do.
See, now that's love. He does whatever you ask him, and you do whatever he asks you.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. You sound in love just the way you say, yes, I do.
I am. But he's better than the other relationships I've been in.
I know that's right. See, level up, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. All right. Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you can leave a message and shine a light that way. And when we come back, Drake, new music. He felt betrayed. We'll talk about it. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the room.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Armon Wiggins.
Good
Welcome
morning.
Back.
Yes, I'm back.
You ready to get into this Yee tea?
Let's get into it.
Are you a Drake fan?
I'm a Drake fan.
All right. Well, Drake has a new song that came out. And when I tell you, it had social media in a frenzy, talking about fake friends, talking about loyalty. Number 1 on Spotify for the past couple of days. Over 1 million streams each day. And by the way, Drake was the only artist to get over 1 billion streams on Spotify in June.
Wow.
Which is crazy. So for people who are like, oh, give it up, it's over. Clearly, he's going to keep pushing forward and doing what he does. So in the song, What Did I Miss? He took some shots. Some people are trying to figure out who is he referencing. Kendrick, LeBron, DeMar DeRozan. Listen to this part. People came to his pop out, and that's LeBron, DeMar, So I guess he feels betrayed about the fact that y'all was here with me, and then now you rocking with Stops.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's a banger, though. I'm over here bobbing, but I wonder, does Drake ever get over it?
I don't know, but do people ever get over what they feel is betrayal?
No, but at some point, it's just kind of like, all right, dude, you start to look like a simp a little bit after a minute.
And, Future posted, I'ma always choose being a real one over anything. So he could have felt like some shots were taken at him. And then LeBron liked the comment.
So
everybody's paying attention to, I'll never catch all of this. Now, here is some shots at Rick Ross and, of course, Kendrick again. And then in this part, he's taking shots at everybody who he feels like he helped them. He brought people on tour, gave people verses, and he feels betrayed. Here's what he said on What Did I Miss?
What did I miss? When I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all, making sure eyes were hit, man, what did I miss? When you was all in my crib, looking word for word at all of the shows, you always felt like this, man, what did I miss?
Okay, now this goes both ways, though. I will say this. Getting on songs with people giving verses, that helps you, too.
Yes.
Because sometimes it helps you stay tapped in. You hop on a song that you see the potential or it's already hot, and it takes it to another level, yes. But, it's hard to not do that and be in this business and be successful, because part of your success is being able to help other people. Now, do they owe you loyalty after that? Because Kendrick helped people, too. So it could be, am I supposed to choose a side?
And if you're an artist, you're like, well, do I not do this feature or do I not collab with this person because I'm cool with you, but this could actually help my career?
It's business.
It's business.
These aren't people you grew up with.
But at the same time, though,
the music business.
If this dude is calling me a certified pedophile and all that, dude, you're not working with him.
But the song is so good. All right, now Drake also went live and featured several unreleased songs. He was driving around Toronto in a truck, and somebody on the live called him a name. Here's what happened.
So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now.
That's a Toronto slang, I guess. Fold that up right now.
I think that's happening just because of the way he's handled this loss. It just seems like it's coming from a bitter place.
Also, you can't really beef with people on your live stream. What you gonna do? Go find them, pull up?
Yeah.
But people are saying that he's also working on a new album that they think is called Iceman. He went live on YouTube for Iceman episode 1. That was on Friday night. And so people are thinking that is going to be what the new album is called. All right?
I'm excited for it.
All right. Well, you know what? If y'all didn't hear What Did I Miss, because you missed it while you were on break, we're going to play it for you right now. What Did I Miss? And when we come back, we have About Last Night. Let's get into it.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for About Last Night. Now, Armon Wiggins is here. Let's start with you.
Okay.
Clearly, you've been covering this Diddy trial. It's ended, so we're just waiting for sentencing. And so tell me what it was like for you now that you had a little bit of time off from work. You had a viral moment, which we're going to really address as we talk to you more in depth later. But tell me what that whole experience was like.
It was crazy. Mayhem, but it was a beautiful experience. I loved it. I had a great time. Over the weekend, I got to just kind of finally relax now that it was over. Things have slowed down. I got some drinks, had a nice 4th of July, went and sat by the pool. Then I finished up yesterday at Central Park, just kind of really grounding myself and getting prepared for today. So you know what? The trip is coming to an end. It's slowly wrapping up, and I'm just reflecting on everything now. But it was a great time. I don't regret it at all.
How was the whole going viral incident and people saying things? Because I know that can be, as much as people don't realize it unless it happens to you, that can be really stressful.
Yeah, so it was a lot. It was a lot of pressure because it was I put so much work in for the 60 days that I was here, and it almost seemed like that could have got erased by one accidental moment that got taken out of context. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the media blew it up into something that it wasn't.
Well, we're going to get more into that. I want to give you some space and time to really get into it later. For me, I was in Turks and Caicos, just got back, had a little trip. I wasn't planning to do anything, but I really have not had a vacation in 2 years working on this house. A lot of times I go places, I might stay an extra day, but this was no work. I had like 2 Zoom calls and that was it the whole time I was there.
Wow.
So shout out to everybody in Turks and Caicos for always making me feel at home as soon as I land and get to the airport. Thank you to Hazel. Thank you to my guy Jack Nasty, who always shows us around and has a great time. And when you go to the airport there, you see his video looping around and around in baggage claim. Okie, Captain Oak's Tiki Bar, to everybody that was out, Cowboy. To everybody that we had that was out there, it was his birthday. I saw Danny Lay. I saw all kinds of people. Turks is a time, y'all. So, tap in, guys. And when we come back, tap in with us and tell us a secret.
Yes, I love Tell Us a Secret.
800-292-5150. You can go viral. 800-292-5150. But this is a no judgment zone, and you are anonymous. That's 800-292-5150. Call us up. Tell us a secret and go viral. It's way up.
Way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
I know that's right. Judgment-free zone. It's way up with Angela Yee. It's me and Armon Wiggins here with you.
Yes.
You ready for some secrets?
Yes. I love a good secret.
All right. 800-292-5150. Anonymous caller. Tell us your secret.
I got my ex-girlfriend's sister pregnant.
Oh.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, we talked about it and she had an abortion because we didn't want to, we already stepped into a messy situation. We didn't want to create more mess.
Wow, so nobody knows about this but you and her.
Exactly, and God.
Was that already your ex or is this your ex now?
No, that was already my ex at the time.
Sheesh. And did you guys still keep on talking after that?
Nah, I mean, we cordial. If I happen to see her out, it's like, hey, what's up? How you doing? It's a high-buy situation at this point.
How did the hookup happen?
How did it happen? Yeah.
The sister was going through a breakup at the time. I was going through a breakup at the time. Like the hurt people kind of lean on who's over there type of thing. And we just clicked.
Hurt people link up.
Okay, so who was better in the situation? Was the sister better or the girlfriend? Like, who had the better?
Okay.
Listen, I ain't going to hold you. The sister ass fatter, so she was throwing it back like it was going crazy.
You also probably liked it just because it was taboo. Y'all be liking that.
Low key, when you sneak it around a little bit, you're trying to keep things on the hush a little better. But yeah, overall, the sister had it.
Okay.
She was older, so she got a little bit more experience. Teach a young something.
All right, little Skinner Max special. All right, well, thank you for calling.
Appreciate you.
I loved it, and thanks for telling us your secret.
No judgment. Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. You want to tell me and Armon a secret?
Yeah. So, the father of my children, who's been hiding, avoiding taking care of our 3 children, who's had multiple children since I left him 3 years ago, is telling me he's living in another state. When, girl, I found him, he lives 10 minutes away.
Oh my God.
The mother of his new children actually is helping me. And we found him, and we're best friends now. And so, when I'm calling him, asking him when he's going to take care of his kids, he's like, leave me alone. I'm busy right now catching flights. When really, though, he works at the airport. He's not catching flights.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. This guy is psychotic.
Psychotic is an understatement. We were together for 10 plus years. I left because the abuse was just getting too much.
I'm sorry.
And since then, it's okay because I can be a voice for other people who can't leave. And since then, he just has completely ghosted his kids. And they're 15, 14, and 4 set to graduate next year, doing the damn thing, working. And he can't even work to take care of his kids.
So when are you going to pop up on him? Because that's what it sounds like.
I'm waiting for him to get. I'm waiting for him to get served. I actually saw him drive to work yesterday.
Yes.
So
serve that man at work.
Once he gets served, then it's on.
And serve him right at work. Embarrass it out of him.
And make sure your face is beat, baby. Okay.
All right.
I told him when he works, where he works, everything, and we've been looking for him for 3 years, and this whole entire time he's telling me.
What a loser! Okay, well, thank you for calling and update us and let us know when he gets served.
Please do.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you, Mama.
All right, well, that was Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150. You can always leave a message for last word. And when we come back, Armon came in here talking about Cardi B and Stefan Diggs already, so we got to talk to you guys about it and see what you think is really going on. Did they, break up? I don't know if they were officially together, but we'll talk about it in Yee-T. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee-T.
Come and get the tea.
It's way up with Angela Yee. Time for some Yee-T with me and my friend Armon Wiggins.
Yes.
What's good?
What's going on?
Well, first of all, let's shout out to Cardi B for the looks that she has out here at the You said it's Chaparelli?
I feel like it's Chaparelli to me. I'll say
it. But anyway, she's at the fashion show in Paris, and she's holding a crow. But she looks amazing.
Yeah. One thing Cardi B is going to give you is some beautiful gowns. You know, Colin does this thing. And I think the crow is for the album. It's part of the rollout. Like, Am I the Drama? I think it's all a part of that.
Right. Well, she's sitting front row with Karol G and Dua Lipa also. So shout out to her for that. But people are saying they believe that her and Stefan Diggs broke up.
Are we surprised?
I mean, first of all, I thought she was just having fun.
Yeah.
It didn't, but they were together a lot, and he rented a mansion, did all kinds of things. They were on yachts together. And so, you know, she has deleted everything, and social media detectives are also saying that she has unfollowed him. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. His Instagram, though, still had her on there.
I think this is just for a good time. I think it was a good attention grabber. She needed to get over Offset. She's got her album rolling out. So she probably doesn't even need Stefan, you know, to be attached to her right now. So at the end of the day, it was a messy situation probably. And she was like, all right, girl, I'm in a better place now. And I don't need the drama. It was cute for the summer.
Well, people thought that Offset was then taking some shots at this breakup. Because you knew the first thing he was going to do would be that. And here is the live that had people thinking that.
Yeah, Northside baby, man. You can't get rid of me. I'm like cancer. You can't get rid of the cancer, you know what I mean? All of my all of my and they know they steal my.
Now, he then went on social media and said, my life has nothing to do with anybody trying to bait me. Ani Ben did this, and I don't care. Love for Ani trying to bait me. I can't go live now because I guess they were trying to get him to go live, and he wasn't going to do that.
Well, we know it was about her, but I think her method worked. You know what I mean? It was just to get his attention, and now he's been crying for weeks. So at this point, if I'm Cardi B, I won. You want me back, and I've moved on from you, you know? So I think Stefan served his purpose. Offset cannot let her go, honestly.
All right, now let's talk about some good news. Cynthia Erivo recently did an interview with Entertainment Weekly, and she talked randomly about Cisco's Thong Song, but I thought it was brilliant the way she expressed how amazingly done these vocals by Cisco were for Thong Song, even though it was unnecessary in a song about a thong. Here's what she said.
The whole end section of this song is so unnecessary. You have a key change. There's a praise break at some point in this with his voice. It's ridiculous. You don't need to sing like that, and he does. Why do you need to do that? And this is going to go on for a full minute or two. That's a brilliant vocal for a song about a thong.
I like the way.
And listen, isn't that the part that we all know? That's our favorite part of the song.
He is going crazy on them thongs. All right, well, here's what Cisco had to say on live as he responded to what Cynthia Erivo said.
Man, much love to Cynthia Erivo. And for her to shout me out with these accolades, I was both humbled and pleasantly surprised. Cynthia, we love you here at Cisco Live. Thanks again for the shout out.
It was really cute, though.
Yeah, it was.
Because she went on and on about this song. Like, why do you need to do that?
She loved it. Because, you know, sometimes you just think about how iconic moments are that we probably don't realize, you know?
And you go back and you're like, this song was about a phone.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar, stories that are flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. It's way up.
This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with my guy, Armon Wiggins. Are you ready for this Under the Radar?
Yes, I'm always ready for the Under the Radar.
You know, we were off, so I want to make sure we talk about what's really happening, though, because this is not so under the radar, but Donald Trump signed that big, beautiful bill, 4th of July. He couldn't wait to do that. In this bill, this is actually going to include tax cuts for the rich, increased spending on immigration enforcement and the military, and also a lot of cuts in Medicaid and helping people who really need it the most. But it also increases the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, even though we were supposed to be lowering the debt that we have. Well, Elon Musk is fed up. And he, by the way, is the world's richest person. He's worth $405 billion. According to Forbes. He spent almost $290 million to help Trump get elected. So that was a drop in the bucket, according to what he's worth. But Elon Musk then announced that he's starting his own party, the America Party. He announced this on July 5th, so right after this mega bill gets signed. And he said, when it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom. So what is this America Party? And look, research has shown that third parties here has never really been a thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to do good. And like, what are we going to get out of that? Like, how is he going to help us? Like, what is the draw to make us become a part of that third party?
And you know, Donald Trump's been making all kinds of threats. Reporters asked him July 1st if he plans to deport Elon Musk. He said, I don't know. We'll have to take a look. Like, sir, what are you doing?
We knew this was going to be a bad breakup.
And so Elon Musk, when people ask about the America Party, this is some of the following stances: reduce debt, responsible spending only, modernize military with AI, robotics, pro-tech, accelerate to win in AI, less regulation across the board, but especially in energy, free speech, centrist policies everywhere. And he posted his list. He doesn't have an actual policy plan yet. Now, Donald Trump, of course, did not like this, and he posted, I'm saddened to watch Elon Musk go completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks. He even wants to start a third political party, despite the fact that they have never succeeded in the United States. The system seems not designed for them. The one thing third parties are good for is the creation of complete and total disruption and chaos. He said we have enough of that with the radical left Democrats. It's a very long post, but this is probably one of the worst breakups in history.
Yeah.
Whose
and
breakup
I just
is
don't
worse?
know. Like, I don't know if I'm just jumping to Elon Musk's like third party. Like, he's the same guy that didn't want people to be able to say, hey, I want more money, I need more pay. He was trying to get rid of the union. So I don't know.
I will say this, though. Don't discount the power of money, and also just because it's never happened before doesn't mean it can't happen now, right?
So would you be a part of the third party, Elon Musk?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm just saying I wouldn't count it out, though. A lot of times that's when people really make things happen, when you count them out. And there's a lot of firsts for Donald Trump too, if you think about it, you know, who's running the country. But anyway, that is our Under the Radar. When we come back, we have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. And hold on to your seats. Armon Wiggins is here, and we're going to actually have like an interview.
We're going to talk about it. We need a little oil. We're going to slip and slide. Yes. We need some more oil. It's going to get slippery up here, Angela.
It's way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Armon Wiggins.
Hey.
Hey. Dan, my producer, I'm going to need you on this because we're going to talk Love Island first in UT.
Got you.
And I know this is your thing. I'm trying to get through it, but I just want to say I have been, it's hard to watch all 30 episodes.
Yes, it's a long show.
So Sierra Ortega has left the show. She left the villa because of past social media posts where she's using a racial slur, and those did surface online. Now, when I first saw this, first thing I thought was, no, she did not use the N-word, right? But apparently she said something else. And I feel like from the post that I saw that it wasn't necessarily meant to be hateful. Now, what do you think, Dan? She said, Botox isn't for everyone, but I love it for me. I'm incredibly expressive with my face. I catch myself frowning. She said, I can also be a little, and then she used this word. I can say it?
Proper context.
It rhymes with thinky, but with a C.
There you go.
Okay. When I laugh, smile. So I love getting a mini brow lift. So a lot of people don't know that the word chink is a slur, but it's also a word. Like, I remember ESPN kept talking about Jeremy Lin and saying chink in the armor, but they thought it kind of alludes to a racial slur. And some people, I will say this as a person who's half Chinese myself, people use that word all the time to describe like their eyes looking Asian. And so they use that a lot. So I don't feel like she said it in a way that was meant to be hurtful, but it was a learning lesson for her. So now she's exited the show. And her parents posted that this has been one of the most painful weeks of our lives. And they said she's been getting threats, cruel messages, attacks on her family, her friends, even her supporters. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, honestly, you can tell the intent. The intent matters here, and I just don't think that she thought it was a bad thing. I feel like any one of us could have easily fallen into saying that. I mean, I've probably said that before, referring to, like, my eyes, or, you know, people say that stuff when they're, like, smoking, and it got, you know, you had a little, I'm scared to say the word, but because you're thinking it's a bad thing, so.
Yeah, what do you think, Dan?
I agree with Armon. There was no, like, hateful intent there, but my question to you is, you being half Chinese, does that offend you when you hear it if it's not intended to be harmful?
No, but I also know you're not supposed to, so it makes me cringe. Like, ooh.
Right.
But I also give grace to, I know people aren't, you know, I know that, but I feel like it's so used that people don't realize it.
It's
Yeah.
also a
And
little
people
more-
like have it as their name on social media.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then the other thing that people do all the time is they refer to a person as Oriental, and you're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be for like an Oriental rug or Oriental furniture, but you can't say like, oh yeah, she's Oriental.
And I think what's kind of unfortunate, like when you go on these super viral shows, like they dig up things from your past, and it's like, I didn't even mean it like that. I was just, and now all of a sudden people are just trying to look for things to cancel you.
And I actually like her on there. So, but we'll see how this all plays out. But I guess for all of y'all out there,
the way the
throwing
show
that
did
word
it was
around.
foul too.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get to that
They
part
were
yet.
just like, it was just a quick cutscene, and they just said that Sierra left the villa due to personal reasons. That's it. No addressing anything.
All right, well, let's talk about other things now. Young Jock has ended his marriage over loyalty issues with his wife. He said, when I close my eyes, this is what I see. I'm tired of feeling like I can't be human in a world full of humans. I hate how strangers can just send ish to my wife and she instantly sides with them. Well, I'm done with all this play rhetoric. I've been one of the most consistent people you'll ever meet, and I'm at a point where I'm just done. P.S. No, I don't want a celebration for walking away. And he said, I try to give you my all, and you don't see the true king in me. I pray you find happiness elsewhere.
So what? Was she caught him cheating or something?
I guess somebody sent something to her, and she believed it. And he's like, you can't just believe everything you see on social media.
It sounded like he tied her.
He has had a history of cheating, though.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's hard to recover from. Black China and Derek Milano have ended their engagements.
Really?
Stop it.
No, seriously, already?
That was fake surprise.
No, that was no. I thought they were doing so good. I thought they were a thing.
When she was on lip service, she wasn't planning to get a prenup or anything. She was like, we're going to be together forever. And I guess, they didn't even make it that far. Shout out to Jordy Joy for asking that question. I guess they just decided to go their separate ways, but she did say that it's God's guidance has shown us that this is the right path for both of us as we continue our journeys. So,
I was rooting for them. I thought they were doing good.
I love your surprise, though. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. It's me and Armon here to give you any advice you need help with. 800-292-5150. Call us up any question you have. Ask Yee is next. That's 800-292-5150.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with my guy, Armon Wiggins.
Yes, it's time.
It's time for Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Any question, we got you. We got Chris on the line. What's up, Chris? What's your question?
So, I'm from Detroit. But I have this friend that I've been knowing for a long time. I recently, started, focusing, like changing my life and stuff, for the better. But every time if I'm around, like, my friend and stuff, they always want to be spreading nasty things about me, like, bringing negative energy to me.
You don't need to be around this person at all, is what it feels like.
I've been in situations, too, where I felt like, this person wasn't my friend, but I still endured. Maybe they would change. Maybe we can grow. It's not them. Maybe it's me. Like, we're just going through something. But then time and time again, they show you that they're not really your friend no matter what you do. So sometimes it's not really you. It's them. It's in them. Yeah. And once a person shows you who they are, it's up to you to then move forward, because then at some point it stops being them and then it starts being you.
Yeah, I'm learning because I'm 18. I'm about to be 19 in a month.
Okay.
So it's like...
Oh, yeah, you're young.
See, these are important life lessons, and I want to say that sometimes we feel a certain loyalty to somebody because we've known them for whatever period of time, or maybe they helped you with something at some point. Maybe they have information about you that you're like, oh, I don't want nobody to know this. But I want to say you are your own best friend. And if you are putting somebody else above you, then you have to realize if somebody is making you feel a way when you leave them, if somebody is talking bad about you, if you feel like I can't even tell this person my good news because they're going to hate on it, if you feel like I have to hide things, then that is not a person who is your friend. Now, don't blame yourself for that. A lot of times people have their own issues, their own demons. It has nothing to do with you. It is totally their own issues. They're not happy with their life. So a lot of times they try to bring you down, how they say misery loves company. Well, they're going to try to put all of that negativity on you too, because they don't want to be alone and miserable. They want you to be miserable with them. And that's when you just have to cut those ties and be like, I'm going to move on to better things in my life.
You ate that right on out.
All right? And go listen to that new Drake. No, I'm kidding.
No, that was a
what
good
did
one.
I miss?
No, you didn't.
Chris, I wish you good luck because that's not easy.
Yeah, good luck. And you're still navigating. You're still young. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, this is probably going to happen a few more times.
Yeah, you're going to learn your lesson over and over again.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's on you to know when enough is enough.
Oh, it's gonna be.
And on that note, Armon, let's get to you.
Okay.
Oh, I want to talk about what happened when we come back with this whole Diddy trial. There was a viral clip of you. There was an oil party, and it was framed as you being a Diddy supporter. Okay, so I want to find out everything behind the scenes when we come back. You are going to discuss this. This is like the first time we're really going to talk about everything. But I also know going viral could be tough when it's for something like this. So we'll talk about all of that, okay?
I'm ready.
It's way up. There's more to imagine when you listen.
And I'm back.
We're about to do this. One of the most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee. You're way up with Angela Yee.
Please believe that.
Ooh, it's time. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And now we got Armon Wiggins here.
I'm slipping in the hot seat.
Yes, you are. And so you've been covering this Diddy trial from the beginning, from day one. And so finally everything came to a close. And I do want to point out that most recently his lawyer said that he got a standing ovation when he returned into federal lockup after his conviction. All right. He did get convicted on prostitution related charges, 2 of those. And those face up to 10 years each, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me everything. Like, just summarize for me what this experience was like for you, and also just the newfound, well, you've already had a lot of attention and a lot of viral moments, but this was like a consistent daily, like, I'm out here.
Yeah, so for me, when I first started, when the lawsuit first happened with Cassie, I told myself, I'm going to New York to cover this case. I didn't know when it was going to happen, when it was going to start, but I started preparing to be available to cover this case. And so when the opportunity presented itself, I figured out the timing and everything. I booked my Airbnb, saved my money, and I flew down here, booked it for 2 months. And I was like, whatever happens with this is just going to happen. And I was saying, I'm going to be very consistent. And, it took off. A lot of people liked the way that I delivered it. I wanted to be a little bit different than some of the other people that were reporting on it because it was a heavy and dark case. So I added a little satire, a little comedy to it, a little fun to it, because it was like, come on, guys, some of this stuff is just outrageous, you know? And it's like, are we serious? He was really doing all of this stuff.
And there was a lot of things that people were like, why are they showing this? Because it looks like on his side, right, as far as the defense, they were trying to say, look, he may have been a terrible boyfriend.
Yes.
He was domestic abuse for sure. But, he's a swinger, but was he, is this a RICO? And ultimately, prosecution didn't prove that.
They didn't
RICO.
prove that, And so, the case has been great. We've met you, done this show. We've done plenty other shows, TMZ, Nancy Grace. We've done, a lot of News Nation work too. Like
made a lot of friends.
Made a lot of friends, made a lot of connections. It's been a great time, made money. I don't regret the experience. I had a blast doing it. And, I learned a lot about the legal system too.
Right. Tell me something you learned about the legal system.
The fact that, you have to really prove, when you get into these cases, you have to prove what the RICO is. The burden is really on the prosecution. And a lot of times people feel like the federal government, they just win cases. And they don't just win cases just because they bring a case upon you. You could actually lose a case. And it doesn't matter if deep down a person is guilty. If they can't prove it, that person can walk.
Reasonable doubt.
Reasonable doubt for sure.
Now, according to Diddy's lawyer, one of his attorneys, he said to the Associated Press that when he got that standing ovation, it was because people felt like, who beats the government?
Yeah.
And so they looked at it kind of like he was a hero in that situation.
Well, some people feel like, it's the money. Some people feel like
it's a lot of money.
He got a lot of money. That's why he was able to do it. But let's just be honest. He had a star-studded lineup of attorneys.
So the only thing now is bail. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that he'll be released on bail? And what's the update on that?
I don't think he's going to be released because the judge made it very clear. Listen, up until this point, let's be clear. You have to show that you have a proven track record of being a good citizen. You're not going to be doing drugs. You're not going to be violent. And you can't even prove that because up until the day that you were arrested almost, you were still beating on women. So up until June 2024, he got into that fight with Jane Doe. And so the judge is saying, hey, you're still very violent and you were under federal investigation. So you haven't really changed much. So why do you think we're going to let you out on bail? You could still be a detriment to society and people could be fearful.
Well, Armon, when we come back, we'll talk more about that. And then I want to talk about you.
Okay.
And there was this baby oil moment that happened when the announcement was made that the RICO did not stick.
Yes.
Right? And there was oil moment outside. So I want to dig into where that oil moment came from, because I know a lot of people who follow you faithfully understood what that meant. But to the outside world, it looked like you were a Diddy supporter. So we'll talk about that when we come back. It's Way Up.
Yeah, what's happening?
You want to know my name?
Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn me on.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Armon Wiggins is here. Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
This is the tea right here. Okay, so the Diddy trial, you were covering it all along. How long was that, 8 weeks?
Yes.
8 weeks. And then when the announcement was made that he was cleared of the most serious charges, sex trafficking and racketeering, he was found guilty of 2 counts of engaging in transportation for prostitution. You were outside with oil being poured on you. Now, talk to me about this.
Angela, you know what? I'll try to say it with a straight face because we got to be serious up here. But, dude, when I tell you, I wish I would have never done that. You know what I mean? Because it got so blown out of proportion. But to be honest with you, that was not my intention. Anybody that knows me knows I was not a Diddy supporter in that way. I was just here for the facts, okay? But to make a long story short, I had always been doing kind of comedy with my reporting of the case. Yeah, more oil. I even have a more oil fund on my platform. They would send me money for more oil, which means it would keep me here covering the case. And so in that moment, I was just thinking, you know what? Today's the last day. Let's do some more oil live with the people here just on my, on YouTube.
And you've been working out while you're here.
Yeah, so I was like, let's just do it. We're having a good time. We're on Verdict Watch. So that's all that was. So I ended up, a guy was like, well, guess what? I have baby oil and I have Astroglide. I said, are you kidding me?
He just had it with him?
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Wait, hold on. Why?
Maybe he was thinking the same. It was divine timing, because I was literally told him, I said, listen, I'm going to go to the store and buy some baby oil. He was like, no, I got it right here and I got Astroglide. So I was like, okay, look, just pour the oil on me. We're just going to, do a little more oil for the people. So, we went and did the more oil. And he was throwing the oil on me, and I was screaming, more oil, more oil, more oil. And I thought nothing of it. And less than 30 minutes later.
Ooh, it was viral. Everyone was sending it to me.
Everywhere. Diddy supporters flinging oil, having a great time, whatever. The fire marshals come out. They're gating everything up. They got the big trucks and tanks, because now it's being said that Diddy supporters are slinging baby oil.
Ooh.
Mind you, the baby oil was the travel size. It was a few squirts. I rubbed them down. It really wasn't that serious. But to be honest with you, I did have to take accountability because the timing wasn't correct, Angela. It just wasn't the timing. But my true people, my fans that know, they knew that, it was a part of an inside joke.
Right. Maybe if that was on your YouTube and not outside the courthouse.
Yeah.
Where people are familiar with you, follow you, then that's different. But now it looked like Diddy supporters, celebrating with the oil party. And it did look crazy.
It did.
But I also know you.
Yeah.
So I also know how you've been covering the trial. And I know your sense of humor. And so I think, again, like you said, taken out of context, and you put up a post about that, how this could have been hurtful because of the optics. And you did apologize to anyone who was impacted or disappointed, but you said you are going to move with greater care and remain committed.
And I sincerely meant that apology, because I know my intent wasn't that, but I know that some people could have been not only hurt, but also disappointed because they read the headline and felt the way. And my thing is this, I'm never in my ego too far to say, hey, if I hurt my people, then let me, if I disappointed you anyway, that was not my intent. So I really do apologize for that.
Well, let me tell you something. If you ever go on Love Island, they're going to pull this clip up and you are going to get kicked off that show.
I'm definitely getting kicked off.
Well, I appreciate you for clearing that up, though. And again, I was like, Armon, but I also know you and I know your whole history and I know how you've been covering this and how hard you've been working. So it is crazy for this to feel like it overshadowed.
And it was disheartening because it seemed like there were so many people that wanted to see this moment happen. Like, oh, he's a failure. He's going to burn bridges. He self-sabotaged. And it was just kind of like, dude, all the work that I was doing, like the publications didn't post any of that. I've been killing this trial, but the one time that it could be deemed controversial, they took it and slapped the headline on it and made it a big deal. But what I learned is I can't be that loose, and I have to control my narrative. So
media, okay. Well, that is Armon Wiggins, guys. And when we come back, this is your show. You have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Ooh, yes. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. It's me and Armon Wiggins. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Coming back from break, this was great to have you here.
Thank you.
Also, you hear this little song in the background? This song right here? Listen.
I like
So,
this.
my boy that did this song is from Turks and Caicos. Shout out to my guy, Jack Nasty. This song is called Closer, Closah. And ever since I heard it, I've been using it to close out the show. So I got a chance to hang out with him in Turks and Caicos when I was there just now. And he definitely showed us a great time. I'm going to play this whole song for you because you're going to love it.
Please, because this sets a vibe of like a little chill. Like, I like it.
Vibe.
Yeah.
But I
good
posted
energy
it in my stories too. So make sure you check out my guy, Jack. But again, Armon, I'm glad you got a chance to explain yourself and so that people could understand what it is. You guys, everybody that was covering that Diddy trial definitely made history. This was the most unique way that it's ever happened. So we appreciate you.
And I just want to say, thank you for having me up here again. And like I've told you before, if I've never touched this mic again, you've changed my life. So I appreciate you so much.
You will. This is your show, so you guys have the last word.
Hey, I want to shine a light on the families and responders and rescuers down in Texas. I know it's an extremely hard time for everyone, and I just want them to know that they're in our hearts and our prayers. Thank you.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.